My name is Dave Moore. I'm running for Congress with the 3rd District, South Carolina, as a candidate for the American Party of South Carolina. What this video is going to be talking about is single-payer Medicare for all. It's really high time that we do this. I'm going to get that in just a second. Neither candidate, the incumbent Jeff Duncan, the Republican incumbent Jeff Duncan, nor the Democratic challenger Mary Garland are for Medicare for all or single payer. I was actually on a pragmatic independent website. Mary Garland tried to say, oh, that's not true, Mr. Moore. I'm for single payer. Actually, that's not true, Mary, as I showed in the discussion that we had on that I'd gone to her events, and it's actually in print. It was in the Seneca Journal. Justin Campbell was the man who wrote it down, and she said it's not yet time for any single payer. And that she said, well, I want to fix Obamacare first and then move on to single payer. Well, you know, I'd like to have a condo on Mars too, you know, but this isn't happening. And so let's just deal with reality, and don't tell me about something that you want to do in the future, some undetermined time in the future. That's just nonsense. And by the way, that's what the Democratic Party, Pelosi and Feinstein, Schumer, all of them had said, it's not yet time. That's actually, she's saying what they say. Paul Ryan is just not into it, so of course Jeff Duncan's gonna, you know, whatever the Republican Party says, and they're all getting money from the big pharma and the health care. The UN special report just came out very recently, and it stated how that there's just this incredible difference. There's 40 million Americans who are in the poverty line right now. We have this huge gap. And this is just part of the issue about we're being robbed repeatedly, not just pharmaceutical prices, but with going to the, you break your arm, you develop, you know, God forbid you develop some sort of heart disease or something, and the leading cause of bankruptcy for the middle class in America is medical costs. So don't tell me it's not yet time. Now, we're the only country within other developed countries that do not have a single payer system. Holland has one that's similar to like Medicare. And I go to a socialized system. I'm slightly disabled from Vietnam. That is socialized medicine that I go to. I go to a government doctor in a government building. That's socialized medicine. I pay my doctor here with Medicare. He has no idea who I'm giving him a check from. He's a private doctor, works for a private health group, and so on. They would have no difference from it. The only thing would be that the government is setting the prices. And they're saying, you know, you just can't be healthy, you just can't be filthy rich off of, you know, the healthcare industry. I am definitely for modified Medicare for all. There are no ifs and buts about it. You really need somebody. There's 80% of Americans, be it virtually the 435 congressmen, they're not going to give it to you. Again, if you elect me, you give to my campaign and elect me, I'm just not going to shut up about this, because this is unsustainable. This country does not have the money. We don't have the money to be giving all of this to guys who run United Healthcare and rip us off for $100 million a year, and then they throw a few million to the Republicans and Democrats and stuff. It's a system that works for them, but it certainly doesn't work for us. This really is no ifs and buts about it. You elect me, I'm going for modified Medicare for all. It's time. You look at the other video about how do you lower drug prices to get this even lower and in line with everywhere else in the world that has a single payer system that works very, very, very well. My name is David Moore, and I approve of this message.